This video will introduce the assembly steps of the Trooper X e-bike after unboxing. Please check the items included in the accessory box. Kickstand Installation. Remove the bolts and nuts from the kickstand using a 5mm hex key and a 5mm wrench. Position the kickstand mount behind the chainstay mount. Insert the bolts and tighten them securely using a 5mm hex key. Handlebar Installation. Tighten the top cap bolt to 5 Nm of torque using a 5mm hex key. Pull the stem riser into the upright position and close the latch to secure it. Open the stem clamp and align the recessed side of the telescoping stem with the protruding side of the stem riser. Insert the telescoping stem into the riser. Tighten the clamp nut if necessary and close the stem clamp. Front wheel installation. We recommend having a friend hold the rear rack while you install the front wheel. Loosen the nuts to remove the protective shipping axle. Remove the brake pad spacer. Caution: do not squeeze the brake lever before the front wheel is installed. Remove the nuts and washers from the front axle. Guide the front wheel into the fork, ensuring the brake rotor is aligned between the pads and the axle is fully seated in the dropouts. Deploy the kickstand to keep the bike upright. Fully tighten the axle nuts with a 15mm box end wrench to 30 Nm of torque. Then press the axle caps into place. Gently rotate the handlebar to ensure it is perpendicular to the front wheel and frame. Then tighten the 2 bolts at the bottom of the stem to 15 Nm of torque using a 6mm hex key. Front fender installation. Remove the fender mounting bolts and nut from the front fork arch and legs using 5mm and 4mm hex keys. Place the fender mounting tab behind the fork arch. Use the 5mm hex key and wrench for the tab bolt and nut, and the 4mm hex key for the fender bracket bolts. Tighten them to 50% to hold the fender in place. Adjust the fender to the proper position, then fully tighten all bolts. Brake caliper adjustment. Lift the front wheel and spin it. If the disc does not rub against the pads, skip this section. Locate the 2 bolts on the front brake caliper. Using a 5mm hex key, loosen them counterclockwise by about 1/4 turn, just enough so the caliper can wiggle. Slightly adjust the caliper position to ensure a clear and equal gap between the disc and the brake pads on both sides. Tighten the bolts alternately to 8 Nm of torque to lock the front brake caliper. Saddle installation and adjustment. Open the seat post clamp and loosen the nut if necessary. Carefully rotate and insert the seat post into the seat tube to your desired height. Tighten the clamp nut and close the seat post clamp. Loosen the seat post bolt under the saddle using a 6mm hex key. Adjust the saddle angle. We recommend a range between 0 degrees and -6 degrees. Tighten the seat post bolt to a torque of 20 Nm. Handlebar component adjustment. Loosen the bolts on the display and headlight brackets using a 3mm hex key. Push the display backward and the headlight forward to expose the 4 bolts at the top of the stem. If the handlebar is at your preferred angle, tighten the 4 bolts to 10 Nm of torque using a 4mm hex key. If not, slightly loosen these 4 bolts and rotate the handlebar to adjust the angle. Then fully tighten them to 10 Nm of torque. Reset the display and headlight to your desired angle and tighten their bolts. If necessary, loosen other handlebar components to adjust their positions. Ensure all other handlebar component bolts are fully tightened. Locate the green display cable and connect it securely. Pedal installation. Identify the left and right pedals by the markings on the pedals. Install the left pedal into the left side by turning it counterclockwise by hand. Install the right pedal into the drive side by turning it clockwise by hand. Fully tighten both pedals using a 15mm open-end wrench. Folding and unfolding. Press the safety button on the folding latch, then pull the latch outward. Hold the seat stay and down tube to fold the frame carefully, and fold down the stem. Adjust the stem and seat post height if necessary for a compact fold. To unfold the frame, hold the seat stay and down tube. Ensure all wiring is safely tucked inside before closing the latch, and securely lock the frame latch. Unfold the stem and securely lock the stem latch. Battery removal and installation. The keyhole is located on the upper right side of the down tube with two positions, lock and unlock. To remove the battery, slide down the button in the upper battery section, insert the key and turn it counterclockwise. The battery will pop out. Then take out the battery and remove the key. To install the battery, place the battery into the down tube and press the upper section until it clicks. Then slide the button up to lock it. Charging. Connect the charging cable to the adapter. Open the charging port lid on the upper left side of the down tube. Locate the arrow on the side of the charging plug and align it with the top side of the down tube. Insert the plug into the port, then plug the charger into a wall outlet. The indicator light will turn red during charging and green once fully charged. Display operation. Long press the power button to turn the e-bike on or off. Short press plus to increase or minus to decrease the pedal assist level. Long press the light button to turn on the headlight and tail light. Short press to switch between high beam and low beam. Long press again to turn them off. Short press the left or right turn signal buttons to activate and press again to deactivate. Short press the M button to toggle through riding data. Long press the minus button to activate walk mode. Release to stop. Keep fingers on the rear brake lever during use. Tire inflation. Inflate both front and rear tires to 20 pounds per square inch. Disconnect the pump and replace the valve cap. DNM Air Shock Adjustment. Compression adjustment lever. Flip the lever counterclockwise to activate suspension. Flip the lever clockwise to lock suspension. Air valve. Unscrew the valve cap and inflate the shock to your desired pressure. The factory preset pressure is 150 pounds per square inch. Tips. Adjust pressure to achieve 15% to 25% suspension sag when seated. Rebound adjustment knob. Turn the dial clockwise to slow down the rebound speed. Turn the dial counterclockwise to increase the rebound speed. Thank you for watching.